Hello everyone, and welcome to my Coronation Street official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Is evil Joel dead and Paul resting? Although there are reasons to believe that the predatory evil Joel Deering will be dead by next week, is that really the case? Following Paul Foreman's funeral, plans are made for his ashes as he receives two very different send-offs. While Damon Hay leaves a note for Bethany Platt's mother, Sarah Platt, her loved ones attempt elsewhere to raise the money needed for her medical care. As Hope Dobbs' mother Fiz Dobbs becomes unwell, she causes further issues for her family. Mason Radcliffe, a teenager, confides in Stu Carpenter. What's upsetting Carla Connor? Dee Dee Bailey plays a voicemail she received from Joel to Detective Lisa Swain, who believes it might be a suicide note. Kit Green locates Joel using his phone signal and discovers that he was last seen driving on a bridge, with a folded note on the dashboard. Lisa informs us that Joel's body is currently being searched for, but did he truly commit suicide? Kit learns from Dee Dee that she called the wedding location and the vacation rental firm, and it appears that Joel has already returned their deposits. As the week goes on, Dee Dee meets Gus Deering, Joel's father, at the police station. Lisa is compelled to intervene after she implies that Joel has fled and tells Dee Dee to accept Joel's death. Is he though? Billy Mayhew proposes to Bernie Winter that as there have been no agreements made on Paul's funeral thus far, they select the flowers together. However, this causes another argument, during which Bernie informs Dev Allahan that although she might not be able to give Paul the burial she had hoped for, she will find a suitable location for his ashes to be buried. An emotional Billy gets ready for the ceremony on what would have been his and Paul's first wedding anniversary as the day of the funeral approaches. However, he is appalled to discover Paul's inebriated father Denny Foreman lurking around the chapel in the shadows. Denny is told to behave and keep out of Billy's sight. Paul's coffin is carried down the aisle by Todd Grimshaw, Summer Spellman, Kit, David Platt, Chesney Brown, and Dee Dee. Gemma Winterbrown and Bernie trail behind them. Billy leads the funeral, and the next day, the last details for Paul's memorial celebration are arranged. In order to offer Paul the greatest location on the dance floor, Bernie begs Todd to deliver Paul's ashes. When Billy calls to pick up the ashes, he is astonished to find that they have vanished. Bernie announces her intention to launch Paul's ashes into space while expressing gratitude to the guests for making the evening one to remember. What will Billy's response be? In the meantime, Sarah is approached by the CEO of the cosmetic surgery company in the Turkish hospital, who offers to cover her lodging expenses. The CEO gives Sarah Bethany's consent paperwork, but Sarah still asks that they cover Bethany's medical bills. David informs Grandma Audrey Roberts back in Weatherfield that the business is not making payments, and Audrey believes that news should go out online so that others may see the corporation for what it truly is. Gail Rodwell, Bethany's grandmother, advises her to sell the house in order to raise the funds. David expresses his horror at the thought of their homelessness. Daniel Osborne, Bethany's lover, discloses his intention to assist her by using a portion of his son Bertie's trust fund at the same time. Daniel's father Ken Barlow begs him to reconsider, but who would pay for Bethany's medical expenses? Spoilers for Coronation Street about Fiz's health, Paul's tearful funeral, and Joel's death. Next week on Coronation Street, Joel Deering's attempts to avoid justice by grooming young females, including Lauren Bolton, will raise concerns that he's dead. DS Lisa Swain and Dee Dee Bailey, as fans of the ITV soap opera know, have joined forces to finally bring Joel down. They seemed one step closer in recent scenes when Swain was able to charge the evil solicitor for buying the pills that caused Lauren to go into labor early with their son, Frankie. According to previews for next week, Dee Dee plays a voicemail that she received from Joel to Lisa, who believes it might be a suicide note. Kit Green locates Joel's last location using his phone signal and discovers that his car is stopped on a bridge with a folded note on the dashboard. Lisa informs everyone that Joel's body is currently being searched for. Is Joel the real person who killed himself? Afterwards, in the cafe, Dee Dee tells Kit that she called the vacation company and the wedding location, and it looks like Joel has already returned their deposits. Dee Dee confronts Joel's father at the police station at the conclusion of the week, implying that his son has run away. Lisa feels compelled to intervene and inform Dee Dee that Joel has passed away. Another debate arises when Billy Mayhew offers to Bernie Winter that they select the flowers together because there have been no agreements made on Paul Foreman's funeral thus far. Bernie informs Dev Allahan that although she may not be able to give Paul the burial she had hoped for, she will locate a suitable location for his ashes to be buried. Later, on what would have been Billy and Paul's first wedding anniversary, an emotional Billy gets ready for the funeral. He is appalled to discover his late husband's inebriated father Denny lurking in the shadows at the church, giving him orders to behave and stay out of sight. Billy goes forward to lead the service as Todd Grimshaw, Summer Spellman, Kit, David Platt, Chesney Brown, and Dee Dee Bailey carry Paul's casket down the aisle, Bernie and Gemma Winterbrown trailing behind. Will everything proceed as planned? After Paul's funeral, glow sticks and bunting are used to put the finishing touches on his memorial rave in the street. In order to offer Paul the greatest location on the dance floor, Bernie asks Todd to bring Paul's ashes. However, a hangover Billy is taken aback to see that Bernie already has Paul's ashes when he visits the Undertakers to get them. Later, Bernie announces her intention to launch Paul's ashes into space and expresses gratitude to the attendees for making the evening one to remember. Tyrone arranges a romantic meal to make up for Fizz Dobbs's birthday celebrations that were marred by fire, which also occurs on the cobblestones. However, frightened after feeling lightheaded at work, Fizz makes an appointment with a doctor. Tyrone informs the girls later at number 9 that Fizz isn't feeling well. But when he picks up Hope's pencil case and a vape falls out, his worries about Fizz are set aside. Then, a haughty Hope admits she stole it from the corner store, shocking Tyrone and Fizz. Ryan Connor, in the meantime, gives the factory a call bearing a formal-looking letter. Carla Connor's expression dims as she reads it. Ryan tells Lisa in the cafe that Carla is anxious about her plea hearing, but Lisa questions whether there is more to it than that. Carla is unhappy over what? Mason Radcliffe, who reveals that he spent the night in the restaurant to escape receiving another thrashing from his siblings, surprises Stu Carpenter by showing up for work earlier than expected. Will Stu be able to assist Mason, having been through a similar situation? Joel Deering's plot is confirmed to have died on Coronation Street. Joel's death is declared by D.S. Swain following the discovery of some concerning evidence, but Dee Dee Bailey is afraid that all is not as it seems. Recently, viewers witnessed Joel's arrest following the provision of vital evidence by Betsy, the daughter of D.S. Swain, which enabled Joel to face justice for his crimes. Joel was first freed on bond, but this week he starts acting more strangely, with Lauren Bolton's tracker app revealing that he spends a lot of time in an industrial park and a field. Additionally, the antagonist makes a scary stop at Roy Cropper's cafe, frightening the beloved character where he shows up intoxicated and closes the door behind him. The following week, Joel leaves D.S. Swain with a bizarre